Hello everyone, and welcome to my 4.2 meter Blanik build. Picked this model up at the Perry Swap meet in 2020 this year, and got a lot of work to do on it. It does have some servos with it, but I don't believe it has ever been flown. When I received it, the flaps were CA'd shut, and it really needed a little bit of work to get it going, so we're going to get started on part one of this Blanik build. Alright guys, so we're down here in the shop and we're about to start work on a new project. This is an E-Flite 4.2 meter Blanik sold by Horizon Hobby. It is now discontinued. I picked this model up at Perry, Georgia, and it's got some stuff in it. It's not quite ready to go, but that's what we're going to work on. Alright guys, just diving a little deeper in the Blanik, and as you can see, this airplane does have ailerons and flaps and electric spoilers already built into it. Somewhere in its life, someone came in and actually CA'd the flaps together. I guess they didn't want flaps on this model, but I do actually, and maybe something I never use, but I'd really like to have the ability to use them at a later time. Moving on to the left wing, you can see here that I didn't get quite as lucky breaking the flap apart from the wing on the left side as I did on the right. You can see the CA was holding pretty tight, and unfortunately it took some large chunks of wood out of the pocketed area of the flap, so I had to cut the hinge away and had to do some reconstruction with some glue, and I'm going to show you that now. So here we are on the workbench, and most of the work has already been done. As you can see here, we have the flap separated from the wing, and it's not in very pretty condition right now, but we are going to recondition this. You can see that the pieces that broke out I have fit back together and used some Sig Bond to glue everything back together. We're just waiting for everything to dry now, and then we'll see about filling in some of these voids with some wood or other medium, and then we'll see about putting this thing back together. More work completed on the Blanik. This is the left flap that was previously CA'd onto the airplane. We were able to repair most of the broken out areas, getting them out in one piece, and we've used some filler here in some of the areas that we were unable to repair with the wood that was pulled from the wing half. All right, everyone, here we are recovering the left wing from our previous repair. As you can see, I have some silver ultra coat here, ordered from Horizon Hobby. I've got part of it partially ironed down. Looks a lot better in person than it does on camera. Over here on this end, we've got just about maybe a 1/4 inch of overlap here. We're going to round off and seam on the front side, and we'll go into the edge, the trailing edge of the wing here, and that is where we will join this flap here, and we will actually use the ultra coat to hinge it. So I'm using a very low heat right now. I got the the Hanger 9 covering iron, heat sealing iron. I've got it set just about 1.5. Just warm enough to stick. We're not shrinking anything yet. We're pulling it tight as we iron it down, trying to keep as many wrinkles out of it as possible. I am not the greatest at applying covering, but I think we can get it to look pretty good here. You'll see some of it has pulled back because we are at such a low heat. And we're just going to continue on until we get to the trimming phase. Alright, here we are with the left wing, and we've got the bottom half recovered. As we move down the wing, you'll see our seam right here, just between the aileron and the flap. And it's a pretty tight seam, a little bit of overlap, but I don't think it'll be that noticeable, especially on bottom. Moving across the wing, started to shrink it just a little bit and then backed off. I want to really get the top covering on first before I start trying to shrink it too much. See if we can get a shot of the leading edge here. I tried to seam in the same position as the original covering from the factory. Not quite such a straight line down the leading edge, but I don't think it will be very noticeable. Could use some cleaning up here. And we've got a functional flap. And if I flip this wing over, I can show you the top side where we're at. Okay, looking at the top side now, you see this is where our seam will continue from the front side, right down here between the aileron and the flap. Have the flap in the closed position. And believe it or not, the gap is very uniform, smooth to the touch, even though it may not look that way on camera. But this transition will be very smooth. Still trying to salvage what's left of this yellow covering here. I've only pulled up the edges so that I can tuck the silver back up under it. Take one last look at the leading edge. I think the covering job on this is going to turn out just fine. We've recovered the top of the wing. My seam here is really not as happy with it as I thought I would be. Got a little crazy with the razor blade there. Still a couple spots that need cleaned up. But overall, looks like it's going to do just fine. Just getting ready to cut out the spot for the spoilers. I was able to save most of my yellow trim here. Could really use it cleaning. And then we're going to try to see if we can salvage this blue since I don't have any. Take a look here at the flap. We now have a hinged surface, top and bottom. It looks like it will function. I wish the fit was a little tighter, but I think it'll work. All right, everyone, we're back. We have the left wing here that's been recovered with silver. The flap has been rehinged. And we tried to salvage the trim scheme as best we could. Unfortunately, I think it will require being redone at a later time. We were able to save this yellow color here, which I do not have Same with this blue. You can see we've got a few spots where it didn't peel up just right. I did have white covering, so I did try my best to cut a new scheme. Unfortunately, I don't have as steady of a hand as I would like, and I didn't have a large enough roll to do it in one piece. But here we are with the left wing. I think it's going to come out. It'll look just fine, especially in the air. And then if we find we like this aircraft, we can always come back and do more later. The bottom here. Yep, I think this covering job will do just fine. Hey guys, thanks for watching this first part of my Blanik build video. Really excited to get this model going. If anyone knows the part numbers for the blue and the yellow ultra coat for this model, please link them in the comments. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe.